when I wrote For All Who Are Human, it was shortly after the events surrounding George Floyd's death. And I was trying to process this understanding that I was beginning to have about how minorities in America have been feeling since America existed. And starting to get an understanding of that. And that led me to searching for more understanding. And, that song, I have some early tracks and early ideas that go back a couple of years now, maybe more than a couple of years. And it was originally going to be sort of a big band jazz thing. And, I had all sorts of ideas, but then when the George Floyd stuff happened, I don't know what happened, and it just became something that I wanted to work on. For a while, I was going to try to keep it very straightforward and not do any odd time, not do anything fancy, if you will. But, I decided that, hey, again, as an independent, I can do whatever I want, and I like the way it sits. I like the way the verses flow. It's not, I don't think it's earth-shattering poetry, but it says what I want it to say, and it's basically me processing this growing understanding of the inequalities and the systemic inequalities and systemic problems we have. And I'm still learning about those. I mean, man, I'm still learning. My kids have been so instrumental in my learning. We could go on about that, but that song it started with George Floyd, but then we have the Middle East, which I've also learned is not a term that is necessarily the right term to use. The conflict that's happening, the genocide that is happening. We have multiple genocides happening around the world, and this understanding of wrong, and it's just it's a cry to get people to have people join in to say, hey, this is wrong, and let's start to do something about it. And again, my art is, I feel like it's a part of my job to speak up. This is one way that I can speak up, and I'm hoping that I'm giving other people permission to speak up. There's a lot going on in this song. Peter Vantine was amazing. I asked him to add some keyboards, and he came back with like 12 tracks of marimbas and strings and keyboards, and it's just really makes the song so beautiful. And it's you can hear, I'm gonna do a different video about sort of Rush's influence, but you can hear Rush in the intro with the ride pattern. You can hear some Rush influences and some Smashing Pumpkin influences in the solo. Tracy plays on that solo. It's really cool. The bridge is more almost like, I think I was influenced by, like the Jesus Christ Superstar, the big moment in a musical. So it's got kind of that feel, and just a lot of cool additional pieces from Peter, as I mentioned. So, but the piece is really, it opens the album because it was the first song in this grouping of related materials that was focused on human rights. And unfortunately, it may have been triggered by the activities around George Floyd, but it hasn't gotten any better since then. And maybe that's just me opening my eyes, somebody that hasn't had that education, but or didn't learn about these things. And so I'm learning now, and I'm trying to respond appropriately.